big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
You don't want this. Hey, watch it. Right there.
Here's Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. All right. Safety's creeping. My man. Check. 59. 59. I got one. Check 59. Mike.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Smart now. You got 58. Watch the safety creep. Hey, 88.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double time. Hey, you got 3 down. Watch out. 42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Check. Lucky. Check nickel. No 80. Switch.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world. Opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 42-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Yeah. Check 9, check 9. Red 80. 58, right over there, right over there.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. There's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Over. Check the backer. Joker. Right.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Number 58! Number 50! Hey, you block over here. Get right! Wide, get wide!
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strip that ball.
running with Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Mike 42. Mike, hey, Alpha. Mike 42. You can't block me.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
We're going to set. 58. Red 80. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Shit.
On second down, Kamara. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
42, Mike, 42. Red 80. Hey, switch gears. Hey, General West. Check 24.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Slam. Lady, you're not ready. He's coming. We got double up.
Murray. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Mike's 4-2.
from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal. Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game. It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one. Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for. Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that? But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown. I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Try to sit on a lead and play that way. That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. And try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On the ground, Kamara. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Kamara. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Darnold now to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Get him! Get him! Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Hey, lady. Switch, switch, switch. Switch, switch.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Murray. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go back to Murray on 1st down. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get to normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Again, it's Kamara, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Go 58 to the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Kill. Hey, turn. Go right. Whip. Right now. You got 58. Tight go. Share.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's get that ball right here. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
59 mark, check. Hey, Charlie. Watch the pass. Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Check, Mike 42. Hey, let's get that home.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Check 52.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run that time by Murray. 44 yards on the ground.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Toss play, Kamara. About 3 yards there to the 27. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at him. We've got him now.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go with Murray again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 75 yards. And the Packers get a score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Rodgers now to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go, G.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On first down, it's Murray. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're on the clock.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Darnold. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A run, it's Murray. And a powerful stiff arm, it frees him. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Second down and 10, Darnold. It's caught, Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To the air again, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He's got Smith here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 16-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
At the 45-yard line.
Inside. 42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. It's our time. It's our time. Inside.
Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.